Our greatest glory is not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall. It does not matter how slowly you go, as long as you do not stop. The man who asks a question is a fool for a minute. The man who does not ask is a fool for life. An orchid in a deep forest sends out its fragrance, even if no one is around to appreciate it. A great man is hard on himself. A small man is hard on others. By 3 methods we may learn wisdom. First, by reflection, which is noblest. Second, by imitation, which is easiest. Third, by experience, which is the bitterest. I hear and I forget. I see and I remember. I do and I understand. A man is great, not because he hasn't failed. A man is great because failure hasn't stopped him. 3 things cannot long be hidden: the sun, the moon, and the truth. The man who moves a mountain begins by carrying away small stones. If you want happiness for a year, inherit a fortune. If you want happiness for a lifetime, help someone else. Attack the evil that is within yourself, rather than attacking the evil that is in others. Keep it simple and focus on what matters. Don't let yourself be overwhelmed. When it is obvious that the goals cannot be reached, don't adjust the goals, adjust the actions. Everything has beauty, but not everyone sees it. He who learns but does not think is lost. He who thinks but does not learn is in great danger. Life is really simple, but we insist on making it complicated. The will to win, the desire to succeed, the urge to reach your full potential. These are the keys that will unlock the door to personal excellence. Choose a job you love, and you will never have to work a day in your life. Before you embark on a journey of revenge, dig 2 graves. Happiness does not consist in having what you want, but in wanting what you have. Success depends upon previous preparation, and without such preparation, there is sure to be failure. Real knowledge is to know the extent of one's ignorance. Wherever you go, go with all your heart. Don't worry if people don't recognize your merits. Worry that you may not recognize theirs. Silence is a true friend who never betrays. The gem cannot be polished without friction, nor man without trials. A superior man is modest in his speech, but exceeds in his actions. He who knows all the answers has not been asked all the questions. All the darkness in the world can't put out the light of one candle. There is one word which may serve as a rule of practice for all one's life: reciprocity. A man without a mustache is a man without a soul. Better a diamond with a flaw than a pebble without. What the superior man seeks is in himself. What the small man seeks is in others. Do not worry if others do not understand you. Instead, worry if you do not understand others. He who cannot describe the problem will never find the solution to that problem. Roads were made for journeys, not destinations. An oppressive government is more to be feared than a tiger. Cultivate the root. The leaves and branches will take care of themselves. To be wronged is nothing unless you continue to remember it. The expectations of life depend upon diligence. The mechanic that would perfect his work must first sharpen his tools. Remember, even when alone, that the divine is everywhere. The more you know yourself, the more you forgive yourself. The sun and moon shine on all without partiality. To know is to know that you know nothing. That is the meaning of true knowledge. Knowledge without practice is useless. Practice without knowledge is dangerous. You judge yourself by what you think you can achieve. Others judge you by what you have achieved. Music produces a kind of pleasure which human nature cannot do without. We are so busy doing the urgent that we don't have time to do the important. It is easy to hate, and it is difficult to love. All good things are difficult to achieve, and bad things are very easy to get. Signs and symbols rule the world, not words nor laws. Give a bowl of rice to a man, and you will feed him for a day. Teach him how to grow his own rice, and you will save his life. He who conquers himself is the mightiest warrior. Act with kindness, but do not expect gratitude. A man who lacks reliability is utterly useless. There are 1,000 lessons in defeat, but only one in victory. A wise man has dignity without pride. A fool has pride without dignity. Faced with what is right, to leave it undone shows a lack of courage. I am not bothered by the fact that I am not understood. I am bothered when I do not know others. The archer who misses his mark does not blame the target. He stops, corrects himself, and shoots again. The more a man meditates upon good thoughts, the better will be his world, and the world at large. As the water shapes itself to the vessel that contains it, so a wise man adapts himself to circumstances. The beginning of wisdom is to call things by their proper name. Those who cannot forgive others break the bridge over which they themselves must pass. All people are the same, only their habits differ. Expect much from yourself and little from others, and you will avoid incurring resentments. Do not worry about not holding high position. Worry rather about playing your proper role. Worry not that no one knows of you. Seek to be worth knowing. When anger rises, think of the consequences. Forget injuries. Never forget kindnesses. Reviewing what you have learned and learning anew, you are fit to be a teacher. You must find time for reading or surrender yourself to self-chosen ignorance. In a country well governed, poverty is something to be ashamed of. In a country badly governed, wealth is something to be ashamed of. If you try to do too much, you will not achieve anything. Study without reflection is a waste of time. Reflection without study is dangerous. It is more shameful to distrust our friends than to be deceived by them. The superior man thinks always of virtue. The common man thinks of comfort. The noble-minded are calm and steady. Little people are forever fussing and fretting. When I am with others, they are my teachers. I can select their good points and follow them, and select their bad points and avoid them. If your plan is for 1 year, plant rice. If your plan is for 10 years, plant trees. If your plan is for 100 years, educate children. Respect yourself, and others will respect you. Only the wisest and stupidest of men never change. The superior person is in harmony, but does not follow the crowd. The lesser person follows the crowd, but is not in harmony. He who fails to prepare, prepares to fail. What you do not want done to yourself, do not do to others. If you look into your own heart and you find nothing wrong there, what is there to worry about? What is there to fear? The superior person is calm and composed. The lesser person is continuously worried and distressed. The father who does not teach his son his duties is equally guilty with the son who neglects them. Every house guest brings you happiness, some when they arrive, and some when they are leaving. The superior man makes the difficulty to be overcome his first interest. Success only comes later. Love is like a spice. It can sweeten your life. However, it can spoil it too. Men do not stumble over mountains, but over molehills. Reading without thinking will confuse you. Thinking without reading will place you in danger. Humility is the solid foundation of all virtues.